Hello and welcome to the Appleby Hour. I am Appleby, and today I'd like to talk to you about the marketplace of ideas. Old concept. It's been thrown around quite a lot. And more specifically, I'd like to talk about sort of the left's reaction to it. More specifically, the woke scold reaction to it. Their criticism of the term and of the idea of engaging in the marketplace of ideas, of engaging in debate, is that you know it, when you go into a debate, it's not really about who's right. It's not really about facts. It's not about the truth. It's about who can win. It's a you know it's gladiator shit. It's a wrestling match. It's all just bluster and bravado. The only thing a debate tells you is who's better at debate. And so their reaction is to not put forward anything. And to be fair, at the moment, the right is not very interested in talking about anything. They've kind of curled up into their little bubble, and they don't want to. They're not up to the challenge. But here's the thing, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, you're thrown into the arena, whether you like it or not. You're the criminal on trial. The gladiator's coming at you, and your response is, "Well, I personally, I'm against the institution of the gladiatorial arena, so I'm just gonna let him kill me." Uh, you know, I'm sorry. I'm in awe of your brilliance. No, you have to put forth a fighter. Of course, debates aren't about finding the truth, about who's right, about evidence. The truth does not exist, never has, never will. You can be accurate in your speech, I try to be, but striving for truth is just nonsense to begin with. And, and, like, just because it's not about that, you're just not going to engage. You're not going to fight back. You're not going to present your ideas. I've never liked the idea of a marketplace, and I'm sure you can tell from the title. I think of it more as an ecosystem. Actually, Richard Dawkins, I'm not a big fan of what he's up to these days, but, brilliant biologist, can't take that away from him. And in one of his books, I can't remember which one, he actually coined the term meme. The thing we use today to describe funny internet pictures. Although some people do use it in the original sort of form, and I think we all kind of understand what it means. The idea of a meme is that it's the smallest unit of an idea, in the same way that a gene is the smallest unit of heritability in genetics. A meme is the smallest heritable piece of information. Now, that obviously varies more, but the core assumption there, and the basis of memetics, which, by the way, unfortunately, Richard Dawkins has sort of disavowed. I wish that he would have backed that, because I think memetics is a proper field in its own right, and that it deserves study. But whatever. Memetics isn't in the halls of academia yet. It'll come around. But the idea there is to draw this connection between thoughts, ideas, and concepts that are transmitted via language, and genes, which are transmitted via reproduction. And this fundamental parallel, I think, really hits on something that's it's true enough. It's accurate. About reality is that these ideas, especially ideologies, which are sets of ideas in the same way that an organism is a set of genes. It's like there's this landscape, this ecosystem with trees and ferns and squirrels and wild cats, prowling around. And so when you say to me, okay, well, going into a debate, it's not about who's right. It's not about what's true. It's just about who's a better debater. It's saying to me, it's like, well, evolution can't be true because the megalodon is clearly superior to the modern day great white. And if they're so great, why'd they go extinct? Because evolution, this is a common misconception people get. Let me educate you a little bit about evolution. It's not about becoming better. It's not about greatness. It's not about improvement. It's about fitness. Are you fit? Do you fit into your environment? The way water fits into a puddle. Are you going to persist? Does the thing that you are make sense in the current moment? And, like horseshoe crabs. Horseshoe crabs have remained virtually unchanged since their creation. Since they came into existence, they were like, wow, this strategy is really working for us. I don't think we have to update it. There are lots of animals like that. Sharks are one. I mentioned them. Crocodiles, basically the same. Some things, they find their niche and it just works for them. But so that's what you need to think about. It's like, how fit is my ideology, is my side of the political aisle in the ecology of ideas? And if you're just, if you're just a little lemming and you just sit there and take it, if you're a dodo bird, then you're not going to be around a while, okay? You need some claws. You need some kind of strategy. And the fact that people don't understand this is, I don't know, it's crazy to me. It's like, oh yeah, the left can just win by doing nothing. It's, ugh. And it's so clear to me that the left needs to take the hearts and minds of the country. Even if I think you can't really avoid the leftist label. I don't like to get any more granular than that. I'm left libertarian. I'm for equality of opportunity and freedom. Those are my two most basic political positions. And then above that is like stuff like welfare and education. But I think those are downstream of those two. But whatever, this is a digression. What we need to do is we need to make the left palatable to the people, and we need to gain the seats of power in the United States. The United States is the world empire right now. As of right now, it's still a unipolar world, which is I'm in favor of. I want a one world government. And if that government is going to come into existence at any time, it's going to be because it sort of blooms out of one of these world empires. Now, if America fails at the job, then I guess it's time for China to be reformed from within. Give to my Patreon so I can afford a Chinese language tutor. I got a lot of aptitudes for learning a lot of different things. Language and music, always been a struggle for me. So I could use the help. But anyway, we need to take the helm. We need to seize the power, the highest office in the land. We need a leftist in the presidency to steer us towards the right future. It needs to be a global effort, and right now the only country capable of leading that effort is the United States. And we cannot do that if we just roll over and whine about how, it's so unfair, these right-wingers are winning even though they're wrong. Yeah, I know they're wrong. It doesn't matter who's right. It matters who wins. Just because we're right doesn't mean that we're automatically going to be able to like the fact that people think that. They're like, well, history bends towards truth. Citation needed. But whatever. I think I've rambled enough on the topic. You get what I'm putting out. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd also hate to hear what you think. I'm ambivalent like that. Share it around. I'm sure the algorithm won't be helping me. And thank you for watching.